Hello everyone, today we're going to look at how to create a bundle product in Salesforce CPQ. First, we're going to create our product, then we're going to create the bundle structure, and then finally we're going to test the bundle once it's all created. All right, let's jump into Salesforce. First thing we're going to want to do is go to the Products tab. From there, we're going to create a new product. And we're going to keep going with the same example I've gone through on the Revenue Lifecycle Management bundle creation. So if you haven't seen that one, please have a look. But we'll keep going with the Tesla example. So let's do the Tesla Model 3 as an example. All right, so set all the product fields that are required. So we'll set this to active. Scroll down. Product description if required. All right, so here's where we have to set certain fields if we wanted this to be a configurable bundle, right? So configuration type, we got to set this to required if we want the user to always go through configuration as they add this bundle. Let's set this to required, and then configuration event is going to be set to always. All right, once you've got those two fields, scroll down, pricing method, we're going to leave that to list as expected, and nothing else needs to be set for now as on the product itself. Let's hit save. Once you're on the product itself, we're going to need to set the price of our product. So let's go to the price book related list, and we're going to add only a standard price for now. All right, we'll set the list price to $35,990. Hit save. We only need it for testing in this standard price book. Let's go back to our product. All right, so now we've got the price book entry. The product is created and active. We can go on and start to create the bundle structure. So the first thing we're going to want to do is set the product features on our bundle. So on the features related list, so features is going to be the grouping of all the product options, so all the bundle options that you're going to add afterwards. So let's create all the features. We can create the same thing we had in our previous demo. So first, let's create a feature for the wheels option. That's going to be the first one available. Minimum number of options is going to be 1. Max options is also going to be 1. Can't select more than one type of wheel on the same car. And then for now, for this example, no need to add anything else. Let's hit save and new. Let's create our second feature, autopilot. So in the sequence, that's going to be the second one. So we'll set the number to 20. Minimum number of options is going to be 0 because there's no force selections within autopilot, but the maximum is going to be 1. We don't want them to select more than one option in there. Again, let's save and new. Third feature is going to be charging. Number 30 is going to show up third in our options list. Minimum number of options is 0, and there's no max, so they can add all the options in there if they need to. Save and new again. Accessories, it's going to be the fourth option. Let's set it to 40. The reason I do it in jumps of 10 is if we ever need to add features in between one another, that leaves us some leeway to do that. Again, minimum number of options within this is going to be 0, and no max as well. They can select all the options if they want to. All right, so the 4 features are created for our bundle. Now we need to add the optional products within every one of those features. So on the options related list, that's it, new. Let's first add the first option of wheels. So let's set the number to 10. Again, we'll go with 10, 20, 30 for the numbers that we're going to set to. Optional SKU is going to be our 18-inch wheels. Feature, we're going to set to the wheels feature we just created. Default quantity is going to be 1. We can't edit the quantity, so we'll leave quantity editable to false. We'll set it to selected, so it's selected by default, but it's not required, so they can change that option. Type we'll leave to component, and we'll set bundled to true, which means that, right, so the list price for those wheels is $1,000. Because it's set to bundled, it's going to be 0 on our final quote, so the price is included in the Tesla Model 3 price itself. No need to set minimum quantity, max quantity on this, so nothing else to add on there. So again, save and new. Set our second set of wheels, 19-inch. Again, it's added to the feature wheels. Quantity again is 1, not editable, it's not selected or required. And this one is not bundled because this customer is going to pay for the full price for those wheels if they choose to go with those. Set save and use. So that's all the options for the wheels. Now we need to set the autopilot option. Let's set this one to 30. Optional SKU is going to be enhanced autopilot. Quantity is 1, not editable. We can set it to selected by default. Component is good there. Bundled is also false on this. All right, so we can keep going with our other options, but the logic is going to be similar across all the different options that we're adding on this. Autopilot, make sure to set it in the correct feature. Quantity, again, not editable, not selected or required. Optional SKU is going to be mobile connector. Quantity is 1. Feature will be charging. All right, so normally, right, I'm going through this manually. Normally, this is a type of exercise you would probably do at a larger scale through an Excel data load, right? Something similar. You wouldn't want to do this point and click normally because it's just a lot of clicks for no reason, and there would be better ways to do this with less effort through an Excel sheet. Let's add the wall connector, quantity of 1, again in the charging feature. All right, now our final feature, which is accessories. We'll add the roof rack. Number is now 70, quantity of 1. And the final option we want to add the interior liners, again to the accessories feature. Quantity is 1, nothing else to set. Let's hit save. All right, so that's our bundle. Now we can see that we've got one of the options that's missing its feature. Let's go in and make sure this is set correctly in the autopilot. All right. Let's order this by number. So we've got all our options on there, right? The only one that's bundled is the default set of wheels. We see all the features are assigned correctly. All our options are added in there. The model tree is added to the price book. It's active. So it should be available for quoting now. So let's go on our quote and test this out. Quotes, I've created one already. Let's go to quote 1. It's already assigned to an opportunity. Let's go to edit lines to modify the quote. Let's select our price book, standard price book, hit save. All right, so no products yet on this quote. So we want to go to add products to be able to add product. Model tree is our only option because all the other products are set to components. They're not selectable by themselves. They need to be added through a bundle. So I'll select this model tree bundle, select. And because we set the configuration to required and always, we get taken to the configuration page. So we see the options that we pre-selected, right? So we set the 18-inch set of wheels to pre-selected. It is enhanced autopilot to pre-selected as well. In both wheels and autopilot, the maximum number of options that can be selected is 1. So if I change, it's a radio button, so the other selection gets updated. Let's change the wheels, change the autopilot. Let's select, and in charging and accessories, I can select as many as I want. There's no rules within those. Once I'm satisfied with the configuration of my bundle, I can hit save. And there we go. Our bundle is added. The model tree for $35,990. All the options, the wheels, $1,500, the full self-driving, which is a subscription at $3,500 a year, and all the other options that were selected, and our quote total, $42,312. All right, so this was how you can create a bundle and test it out in Salesforce CPQ. I hope this was helpful. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe and reach out if you've got any questions.